What's up, guys? We are back, the Bench Talk Sports podcast, boys. It's your hosts, Troy and Timmy B. Brother, what's going down,
on,
man?
Same old. What's going on with you? A lot of stuff going on in the sports world these days.
Whole lot of stuff to get into. We got NFL free agency. Moves are flying fast left and right. We got the World Baseball Classic. It's been super exciting. Spring training is winding down a little bit. Our dynasty fantasy baseball draft's right around the corner. March Madness is right around the corner. NBA playoffs are right around the corner. There's a whole lot going on right now.
There's a lot going on, and I love it. This is the best time.
It's the best time to be a sports fan. We'll cover as much as we can in the time that we have. I think the biggest storylines to kick off right now got to be NFL free agency.
Yeah.
We obviously got to talk about what happened with the Ravens and the Raiders. The Max Crosby trade that was and then wasn't.
And then the Trey Hendrickson signing right after. That's shady.
Coincidence?
No, not at all. I mean, DeCosta's done this before. He did it with the Eagles, and it wasn't a Jair Alexander?
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Traded him and then got a pick for him, and then 2 weeks later, Jair was like, yeah, I got some mental health issues. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm retiring. Like,
yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that one. Yeah.
DeCosta's gonna cost his team some stuff because people aren't gonna want to deal with him pretty soon, and he's screwed over the Raiders. Their cap situation all of a sudden is like,
well, they can afford him, but like they did not plan to have that $30 million suddenly put back on their cap. Do you think they're gonna move him?
I think they have to move him.
You have to, right?
I think that's why the Cowboys traded. Can't think of the guy's name. Just happened traded to the Niners for I think it was a 3rd round pick.
Oh God, who did they just trade for? Was it the defensive tackle?
The name is just escaped me. It's a hard name to pronounce.
Hey, you're talking about the defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Aussie? Yeah. Aussie, not gonna work here anymore.
That great movie. But I think that's what Dallas was kind of doing, is freeing up some stuff, and I think they're going to make a move. I think that's my hunch.
What move? Okay. Oh, so you think Crosby's the move?
I think Crosby's the move, and that's why Dallas traded him and freed up a little cap, and they're gonna.
They need to do something. They need an impact player on that defense. Crosby would look real good there.
I mean, they had one in Micah Parsons, but
yeah. Jerry. Whoops. and now you gotta. Well, we'll see. I mean, it potentially will work out well for whatever team that's able to acquire Crosby, because they're probably gonna get him at a discount now. You can't. Yeah. The Raiders won't be able to get 2 first-round picks for him anymore.
No, they lost a lot of leverage with that, and teams know that they're kind of I mean, I could see a first this year, maybe a second or even third the following year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they lost a lot of leverage, and I think that hurts them. And again, that's just another bad taste in your mouth of DeCosta. I really think teams are going to start, and players. I was surprised Henderson went and signed there, but it was after the season actually had started, so they had to commit to it. But I could see, them kind of getting blacklisted day one of the NFL season, getting all these signings and trades and all that. People might be like, you know what, we're not going to deal with you.
Oh,
you're
totally.
shady.
Totally. I hope it's worth it for him. And even more weird for me is to fail Max Crosby and his physical, and then to turn around and sign a guy who missed pretty much the entire year in Trey Hendrickson. And apparently you got no issues and no qualms there. So that to me was what really made this, like, that was the icing on the cake, or the cherry on top. I was like, you didn't even go out and get a healthy defensive end. You went out and got someone who's probably more hurt than Max Crosby is.
Absolutely. And had 2 great years in 23 and 24, but before that really didn't have a lot going on. After that, obviously was injured. And you signed him for $30 million. And how old is Hendrickson compared to Crosby? I mean, I don't think
he's 2 years older than him.
Yeah, so that's a factor.
Crosby's the better player, hands down.
absolutely is.
But
So
yeah,
I'm surprised if the Seahawks actually had some draft capital, I'd be like, go get them, let's go.
nah,
But we don't have
nah.
any picks, so
No, I can't agree with that. That dude, we both love the Jamal Adams trade. That didn't work out well.
oh
The, the
god, that was
Hawks
brutal.
the Hawks just need to focus on getting whatever moves they're gonna make in the draft to get from 4 to 8 or so picks and get a defensive end in the draft.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just, Max Crosby
We
on
can
that defense.
dream.
It's a
Yeah,
dream.
we could dream. We could
Yeah,
dream.
of course, of course.
It looks like the Hawks, by the way, are sitting out the offseason to get their comp picks.
Just letting all their players go and just
They, well,
like,
they,
we'll
they,
just
they want to get the comp picks. They're going to get 4 comp picks in 2027,
yeah.
potentially. I mean, it makes sense. I know a lot of people are miffed about that, but to me, it's like, I don't know that this was such a great free agent class that I'm like, who did we really miss out on?
I mean, and you look at some of the contracts that are going out
Oh
there,
my
it's just
God.
it's insane.
It's
I mean, just
insane.
the Jalen Phillips contract alone, it's like, wow.
Guy's never
And
had a 9 sack season in his career.
and how much are they paying him? Was it 40 million a year?
No, he's getting 30. He's getting 30. That's why Hendrickson
Whatever.
wanted that 30 million.
Yeah, it's just
And
it's wild.
it's crazy what the defensive lines get. And this is a pretty good draft on the defensive line.
Yeah.
It might be a little lacking in high end guys on the interior, but I really like this draft depth wise. I would much rather roll the dice with a second or third round defensive tackle than pay, someone $30 million on the free agent market at this point.
Yeah, I get that, and I'm totally fine with that too. And I think getting those picks next year. I mean, you're talking probably 2 4s,
Yeah.
a 5, and maybe a 6.
Something
Like,
like something like that. I think the last I saw it was 1 4 and 3 5s.
I'm
It's kind
fine
of
with
where
that
they're at.
too.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's your
that
that's
sounds
that's
great.
that's your bread and butter. This is how the team's got to be like maintained. Now you gotta hit with those draft picks.
Yeah.
And Schneider's been doing pretty good. Elijah Arroyo was a bit of a miss in the second round, but
For now. For
for
now.
now. But
But AJ
Nick
Barner was a complete grand slam. So,
Barner was great. Nick, I wasn't like over the moon thrilled about them drafting Nick as high as they drafted him. He turns out he's gonna be a steal.
oh, yeah, one of these steals of the draft if he keeps
One of the
that up,
steals
like,
draft. Oh, totally. Yeah, he's a
oh my
top 15
gosh.
guy if you redraft.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely, easily.
So and Snyder we trust at this point.
Yep. Yep.
I was thinking about the other day, uh for guys like JSN and stuff, you realize he's gonna be on his third offensive coordinator in 3 years
Yeah.
with the new guy. It's a little wild.
That is wild, and to see the production he's, eh, doing is impressive. I'm a little fearful of the contract he's looking at.
It's gonna
Um,
be big.
it's gonna be big, and he's talking about being the highest paid wide receiver in the league and all this kinda
Yep.
stuff, and that's I mean, I get it, but also that's a lot of money for somebody who obviously had a great year. He did, but it's only been 1 year.
You gotta pay Jason, dude. You gotta give him what he wants.
You're gonna give him 40 million a year?
Absolutely. 100%.
Ooh, I
That
don't
off
know.
that offense minus you watched the Super Bowl, right? That offense minus Jason is ugly. I mean,
I agree, but I'm just saying 40 million a year.
dude's earned it, man. He led the
Oh,
league in what receptions and yards, or
yeah,
I know
I
he
mean, he
led the
was
league in
basically
yards
the MVP of the league except for quarterbacks. I mean, you take
except for
out any other
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks,
Yeah,
he was the MVP of the league.
got to pay
So,
him. You got to give
but
him.
I just don't know that price tag. But I mean, I get it. I get it. It's a business, and you gotta keep them, and that's again maybe part of the strategy of keeping those compensatory draft picks is
Yep.
knowing that you got to spend the money on JSN next year. So,
You got to backfill with the picks, and so
exactly,
which
exactly.
which brings me to one thing. The draft is God. It's only like 6 weeks away now.
Yeah.
Um, and the Hawks 4 picks right now, and we've talked about it a little bit off camera, but they've got more needs than you might think for a
Mhm.
Super Bowl champion. Um, and it made me think about like this team. as great as last year was, wouldn't trade it for anything. They arrived a little bit early, in my opinion. They top to bottom weren't quite the complete team that they're going to be. I think, which is great. I think this team can actually get better.
Yeah.
But they got some holes to fill.
They got some holes to fill, and they also were, had some good circumstances around them, kind of like the Patriots, where they just happened to have this really easy. The Patriots had this easy schedule, and they got the good teams at the bad time. Kind of the same with us. I mean, both times we played the Niners, we almost beat them the first time, and they were okay, healthy, not too great, figuring things out. And then the second time we played them, they weren't healthy at all.
Oh
We
yeah,
destroyed them,
yeah.
and then in the playoffs, they were
More of
decimated.
the same. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it was
They
just
weren't
like
done that.
the Rams,
That
they
was
were
legit.
playing off injuries and, doing the best they could. Stafford was injured, Devontae
That's
Adams was
true.
injured, they were playing, but,
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, we had that circumstantial stuff go for us, and, I mean,
Yeah,
on the play of the schedule you get, and the teams that are healthy, great. If they're not, you can't help that, so I think that it was a really solid team. It was a great year to have that really solid team in a league that was kind of, had some
yeah.
teams that the top teams had some injury issues and some
So
consistency
true.
issues. Next year is gonna be a different story. Um, but I still think this team, like you said, has a bunch of room to grow, and through the draft, even if you only keep those 4 picks, you get a running back, you get a corner, and you get an interior offensive lineman, and you make it work.
You make it work. And I'd like to see a big body number 2 wide receiver to
Absolutely.
couple.
Somebody later on in the draft.
Well, yeah, depending on what it,
Yeah.
assuming John's gonna pick up at least a couple picks. I'd be shocked if they only have 4 picks at the end of the night. But
Yeah.
I think you gotta try to target someone. I love Malachi Fields out of Notre
Oh,
Dame.
okay.
He's my guy.
Yeah.
Uh, Chris Brazzell out of Tennessee. He's another guy that would be pretty good in that. It's 6'4", 6'5", runs a
Right.
4.40. But Malachi Fields, I'm all in on the Malachi Fields basket.
You love you some Irish players, don't you? The Notre
I
Dame
I I
pipeline.
I do. Yeah, Jadarian Price. I
Yeah.
would love
Yeah.
to get Jadarian here. Although I really like the kid from is it Arkansas, Mike Washington, the running back. Dude's like 6'1", 220
Okay.
ish. Runs like a 4.36 or something.
Okay.
He's like if Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker had a baby, it'd be Mike Washington.
Okay. Okay. I was comparing it to, and I forget his name now, but the guy from Virginia, the running
Oh,
back.
Jamari, was it
Yeah.
Jamari
Jameer.
Taylor?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of his too. I like his tape was just impressive as heck. So
I haven't watched it. How big is he? Because he strikes me as he's a smaller guy. Is he more
I
like
think
a
he's
George
5'11",
Holani type? Okay,
like 5'10", 5'11", maybe an NFL 5'11".
okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
But,
to check that out.
I think it was 220, 210, 215, 220, ran a 4.35, around that range.
Oh, he's that big.
He's pretty big and he's pretty quick.
Okay. For some reason, I thought he was like more scat back, but
No, no, no. He's a 3 down guy.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's a good draft. I mean, the last couple drafts have been pretty loaded at the running back position. So you really, as
You're
hard
really
as
seeing the benefit of this whole, players staying in for those extra years.
yeah,
You're reaping that reward a little bit. And I'm all for it. I mean, some people are against it. I understand that completely. I see both sides, but what I'm all for is
you
the
talking
college
NIL?
game is a little bit less physical than the NFL game,
Okay. Yeah.
and these guys get a more chance to develop a little bit. I mean, you
It's,
look at Bo Nix when he was 22, no way you're drafting him.
this is
He's
true. Yeah.
24, he's got a couple more years experience playing against, in a top program against top teams, and, look what you get.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had time to develop a little bit longer. I'm for it. I get that it's not necessarily fair to some of those lower level teams that are stuck with the 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Um, but
They,
at the same time, it allows these players to develop a little more, to get healthy, to, just, I don't know. And you reap the rewards in your draft. And you sign up for a 4-year contract, then you can let them go because they're 28, 29 years old. You're like, oh, whatever.
oh, totally. Especially at the running back position. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
rinse, wash, and repeat, right?
Absolutely.
So you're talking about from the NIL angle now that the players are able to get openly paid, uh, eh,
Openly.
eh, openly paid in college and compensated. It does incentivize them to stick around
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit
I mean,
longer.
what's his name from Ohio State? Maurice Claret. He could have been a really
Oh
dominant running
man,
back, but he wanted to get paid, and I get it. He should have been
yeah,
paid,
yeah.
but he went about it wrong and got screwed and blacklisted and didn't really get a chance to develop and didn't get an NFL career. If he had been able to get paid and spend another year at Ohio
Yeah,
State,
yeah.
it could have done wonders for him just in
God,
general. So
how that would have changed his entire life
yeah,
story when you think about it.
yeah,
Wow, that's a great reference. I hadn't heard that name in a long time, but yeah, that was for those who don't know the Maurice Claret story. Like, check out our guy. It's a
yeah,
pretty rough story of pre NIL college football and trying to make yourself some money for the family.
yeah. That's it. That's all you're trying to do,
Yeah.
and he's got to be anyway. He got to be angry now, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just thinking as you're talking, I was like, R.I.P. Man, all the players before that,
Yeah,
got suspended, lost their eligibility because
lost
they,
national championships for his school. I see you,
yeah,
Reggie Bush.
yeah, yeah,
So. I
yeah.
I think the college game is they're doing it. They're starting to do it right. They really are. They're
They
starting to
have a,
figure it out, and
they have a lot to figure out. But I agree with you. It's funny that we're having this conversation. I was just looking at the one of the UW sites, dogman.com. I love
Mhm.
their website. And
Yeah.
one of the posts was an old timer who was bidding adieu to the modern college football era because of, NIL and all of the negatives that come with that. You're looking at a brand new team every year. You're having to re-recruit the entire roster every single year.
Mhm.
You don't have that certainty of falling in love with a high school recruit and knowing he's going to be there 3 years later. um and I hear all that, right? Like, I totally get that. That's hard for me too, but in so many ways. And then of course you had conference realignment, and
Yeah.
that's still a little funky to be in certain conferences. But um college football is exciting right now, man. I mean,
It
I
is.
watched every college football playoff game. I don't
Mhm.
watch every NFL playoff game. I don't watch every NBA playoff game. I don't watch every baseball playoff game, but like, in the juice and the excitement in the building and a big time college football game is like nothing else in sports, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree, and there's always been something about college football that pulls people in,
Totally.
and and I get that guy's point of view completely, but at the same time, these players are putting their bodies on the line just as much, and
Yeah.
they if they deserve it, they totally deserve it, and I think the NCAA is finally on its way to making it right by them.
Yeah. I
By
do.
all the athletes, not just the football players, the gymnasts, the swimmers, whoever.
True. Good point.
If you're
Yeah.
a star athlete in a college level program, then yeah, you should get
Yeah.
paid a little bit.
You're out there making money for the university. You're very much
Yeah,
an employee,
exactly,
in so many
exactly.
ways. Um, and I agree with the idea that, as you're saying, and as you're handing, there's still a lot the NCAA is trying to figure out in terms of guardrails and balance, because we can't have unlimited eligibility. We can't have unlimited
No.
transfers. We can't have, so the pendulum's got to sort of swing back into the middle here a little bit.
Yeah,
Um, and that may take a couple years, but we're getting there.
they're figuring it out, but they're on the right path.
I agree. I agree. I love it. I love it. I miss the old Pac-12.
Sure.
Um, but the only constant is change and involvement, and you either get with it and enjoy it and still find a way to root for your school, or I guess you say goodbye and go back to the old farm out in Eastern Washington and
Yeah, you know,
do
go
whatever you
shuck
do
some
out there.
corn and pick some
Yeah.
apples and, whatever.
So, okay. I know we sidetracked a little bit. Any other thoughts about free agency, NFL free agency so far? Any other impressions or things that have stood out to you?
There's been a few, obviously, again, the size of the contracts has been impressive on a negative way. Like, how are you paying these people so much money? Here's looking at you, Boye Mafe.
Yeah,
But then, good for him. But also like some of the names that aren't making that kind of money, or the people that are getting cut, the Tuas, the Kirk Cousins, the Kyler
yeah,
Murray.
yeah,
I mean, those teams are eating some money just to be like, and
yeah,
I really think Denver started that when they were like, you know what, Russ isn't the answer. We're just gonna eat that money. It is what it is. Move on.
yeah, yeah,
Spread it out over a couple years, and let's go get somebody in the draft who we think is gonna fix it for us. And there they were, the top seed,
yeah,
and whatever. But so the Dolphins, same thing. They're paying Tua a bunch of money, and then they go out and sign Willis for a bunch of money. It's like, okay, now you've committed basically $80 million to your quarterback position.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's been interesting to me to watch, and to see how those teams do, eating that money and just kind of
Okay,
starting over.
it's a good call out on the Broncos because I know it seemed like a killer just cutting Russ, and they were going to be out in the wasteland for a while, and yet they found their guy the next offseason,
Yeah.
like you said, in the draft, and smart organizations find a way.
Hmm.
And this gives me another opportunity to bang the drum. Hello, Major League Baseball, salary cap floor. Uh,
Yes.
it, NFL players are not hurting at all financially.
No.
Cap's $300 million. This keeps going up. You know, the floor is going up with it. It's like 295 million or something.
It's amazing.
Amazing how that works.
And look at, I mean, just look at last year's example. The teams that, yeah, there were some good teams that had bad years, but the teams that made the playoffs, that were terrible the year before, the
Yeah,
Panthers, the Jaguars, they went from the fourth or fifth worst team, maybe sixth worst team, to
yeah,
one of the
up
top
and coming
seeds.
now. Yeah,
It's just everyone benefits if everyone's good and
it's
enjoyable to
true.
watch.
It's true. Yeah, yeah.
There's nobody who misses out on this. And how many people in baseball even watched the World Series last year? I mean, the game 7 was fun and all that kind of stuff, but
It's a good
you
point.
know, okay, the Dodgers are in it again, and guess what? They're paying
Yeah,
Shohei $2 million
yeah.
a year
Right.
until he turns 40, and then they're giving him, 30 million a year or whatever crap it is. It doesn't matter. But it's just
Yeah,
like, that's just stupid. And you got a talented team, like, with some people up and coming, like the Pirates, who don't want to bring their talent up yet because they don't want to start that service clock and all that. Make
yeah,
them spend the money, make them put a competitive team on the field. They're gonna bring them up because
yeah,
they
yeah.
might hit a win streak where all of a sudden they're in playoff contention and their city is behind them and enjoying it. You're putting more people in the stands, which means you're making more money at the stadium. Like, it's just a win-win. I don't understand what they're doing.
I don't understand either. I don't understand how you can own a professional sports franchise and not be trying to compete. Like, I don't I don't get that. If you don't have the money to do it, then you shouldn't be
Don't own the
owning that
franchise,
team.
sell it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not just an asset you're waiting to appreciate.
No.
This is about competitive enjoyment for everyone involved.
Yeah, then the entire city, the entire region,
Yeah,
it's just like, what do you, come on.
I
Like,
know.
this isn't, if you're going to invest your money into a major league team, then you should try to go for it,
Yeah,
and the Marlins are kind of a decent example where they go for it. They win the World Series,
yeah.
and then they
Twice.
blow it up a little bit, but everybody was still excited. And then once it started fading, oh, here we go. We're going to go for it again. And here we are winning the World Series again, or get to the series, like,
Yeah.
once that excitement dies down, I'm okay with that even, but
Okay.
bring
Yeah.
some kind of life to the city that is
Sure.
enjoying this
Y-
product you're putting on the field.
The Royals are the same way, right?
Yeah.
Like they had their 2-year run, and at least the city of Kansas City had that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and they still are a good team. They've got a good basis in there, but um the system where there's so much reason in Major League Baseball to not try from a
Mhm.
financial standpoint because it's allowed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to. But if you're in the NFL and you got to spend $295 million on your roster anyway, why wouldn't you be trying to compete?
To win
There's
it
just
all.
there's no point in not.
Yeah. No.
I mean, and if you mismanage everything to a point where you need to rebuild for a couple of years, okay. Uh,
Or a couple decades in the case of the Jets, you know?
the Jets should be demoted. If there was a relegation system, they'd be demoted to the CFL, I think, at
There
this
you
point.
go, the USFL or
Or
whatever.
yeah, whatever is out there hanging around right now. Oh God, Aaron Glenn's got no chance there, man.
No. No, not at all. He'll be fired by midseason.
By midseason, at
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Which is just sad. But
Well, he's a likable guy who's a good D coordinator, but I don't think he can handle the coaching duties,
no,
you
no.
know?
And I guess, to the Jets' defense, he said yes to the job. He took the job. He walked into it. You
You know
know,
what you're getting into. But back to the point about baseball, I think you're right, and I don't know when they're gonna figure it out that, and I don't even know if they care, to be honest, because they're still making money
right,
hand over fist.
right.
So, but I feel like pride at some point has to come and be like, at what point do you have enough money that you don't need to worry about it? And
Yeah,
let's go put a product on the field and have some pride in our city and our stadium and our players, and let's go
sure.
put the best
Yeah.
product on the field that we can.
Put another 60 million into your team and see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
And if you don't trust it to be spent wisely, then go get a different GM.
Then we got a clear house in the front office
Yeah.
if you think they're going to spend it poorly. Absolutely.
So,
But it kills me, with all the games. So here's the other thing with the 162 game schedule. When you hit the summer, when most ballparks should be full, right? Kids
yeah.
are out of school, all of that good stuff. And then to see like half the games in the summer in the stadium, it's like you can count how many people are in there. That's like
Mhm.
this is embarrassing. This is pathetic.
Absolutely it is. Those stadiums should be not full to capacity, but pretty dang full.
Pretty
You know,
dang full.
60, 65, 70% full.
The fans should have a reason to come out and take the kiddos, have a half off Wednesday, sort of sell or whatever, and your team is got a shot. But
Yeah,
I
but
know,
that's another point that you bring up though, is that, you know, you can't actually do that with a family of 4.
yeah,
You know,
that's
like
true.
I
Yeah,
bring
the
my
cost.
wife and my 2 kids out to the game at T-Mobile Park. It's taking me an hour plus to drive those 12 miles
Yep, to get
to
there.
get there.
Yeah,
It's costing me $40 at a minimum to pay for parking. If we each get a drink, my wife and I each get a drink, you're looking at 25, $30 right there
yeah, yeah,
for 2 drinks, and then hot dogs or snacks for the kids. I mean, you're out, plus the tickets, the tickets themselves, you're talking 2, 3, $400
yeah,
depending on where you want to sit.
yeah,
That's the other thing they got to figure out is this pricing. Like,
yeah.
you know, I don't know.
I,
I just
I,
there's a lot to be desired there.
there is, and for the people who are if that's the choice is in the cities where the teams suck.
Yeah,
Why would you pay that to go out there and see, a C-list squad, right?
you wouldn't.
No one, they're not doing it.
Look at the
So,
kid in Pittsburgh who pulled that Paul Skeens 1 of 1, and they were like, "We want the
oh
card
yeah,
for Paul, and we're gonna give you," what did they say, like
like
10 or 20 years worth of season tickets
yeah, he's
behind
like,
home
nah,
plate? And it's
He's
like,
like,
"I don't
no
wanna
way.
go to every Pirates game for 10 years, like, you guys suck. I'd rather keep this one baseball card." You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
it's like I will flip that for cash every day. That the cash value of those tickets is pretty. It's pretty
yeah,
mediocre. Yeah,
absolutely. But it's just kinda and that's what's sad about it. I mean, if you go to, like, if you're in Boston and that happens, I would almost guarantee that any fan would be like, "I will take the tickets.
quite
Here's the
possible. Yeah,
card."
yeah, yeah.
Because you can't get tickets to those games,
True.
let alone good seats.
Right. And then you think about like if the kid takes the offer. Skeens is gonna be gone in 4 years probably, you know,
if not sooner.
if not sooner.
Yeah,
So, you're just staring at Connor Griffin till he leaves and,
till he leaves, and then you're staring at Bubba Chandler till he leaves, and then
yeah, just rinse, wash, and repeat there, man.
absolutely, yeah,
Okay, well, we've already sort of segued into it, and so this will be our last topic we can cover. We're super excited. Major League Baseball is back.
yes.
Spring
Box
training is,
scores are here.
you know, we're a couple weeks away from the start of the season.
Mhm.
What are you looking forward to most this year?
I'd hate to be the homer, but I'm looking forward to the Mariners. I'm looking forward to seeing
Okay.
how they respond to, the amazing season that fell short last year, that the shoulda, woulda, coulda,
Yeah.
win the whole effing thing, like all that kind of stuff. The MVP season Cal Raleigh had, all that kind of stuff. How do they follow up on that? How do they, because that
Yeah.
was a letdown. That was a big letdown for the team. How do they
Yeah.
respond? How do they come out and go for it again after being just gut punched?
Well, Randy Rosarina is trying to make sure we get off to a sketchy start. I told you we should have traded him.
What did we say in our text when we were talking offline? It's like, this guy is riding the coattails on one amazing postseason, and it was amazing. It was record setting. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Never done
Not.
anything since.
Oh yeah, you're talking from a couple years like Randy's postseason sucked this past year, but you're talking about from a
No,
couple
the
years
one with
ago.
the
Yeah.
Rays. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was historic, and that was great. And he's been riding that
Yeah. Yes.
ever since.
He's been more rep than actual production. He had
Yeah,
he had a really great like what 6 weeks in the middle of the season or something,
yeah, yeah. He did.
and because they took like 125 All Stars this year, he made the All Star team. He took like a third of the league, made the All Star team this year or
Yeah,
last year.
yeah,
But I was done at the end of the postseason watching that dude like guess it horribly at the pitches coming his way and just swinging at everything.
yeah, yeah. And his I'm sorry, his outfield play is not
Oh God, yeah.
great.
That's, and having said all that, I was gonna live with him for another season,
Yeah,
and then he's created this big ass controversy because Cal wouldn't dap him up.
it's not a controversy. You got your opponents
It's your
on the
opponents,
stage, and
man.
we all know Cal is a super competitive guy. And
Yeah.
he's like, "No, you're my opponent today. Tomorrow we'll hug it out." But I mean, did you watch what it was the USA Olympic basketball team back when Kobe was for the USA team and
Oh
Pau
yeah.
Gasol was for the
Yeah.
Spain,
Yeah. He
and
said, I'm
Kobe
running
was
through
just
his
like,
chest.
"I'm gonna run through him,"
Yep. First
and he
play.
did.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
You
put him
know,
on his ass and send the message.
absolutely, and it sent a huge message. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's different than not dabbing him up or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, no, we're on the opposite team right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're my brother in the locker room in 2 weeks, but not today.
Not today. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love that.
yeah.
I love that. I love the other players' reaction when they're like, "Oh, Kobe ain't playing today, man.
Yeah,
It's fixing to be good out here today." But
yeah,
that's a total great comp. Cal's locked in. He's got a job to do. Not worried about, and I know probably some of that's a little bit culture. The Latin players are a little bit looser and a little bit more fun and unpredictable. But
right.
uh, yeah, he didn't need to take it there. And if you're gonna be mad, just call Cal directly, right? Just send him a
You
message or
have his
something.
number.
Yeah,
Shoot him a
don't.
text. Man, what was up with that? Hey,
Yeah,
I'm guaranteeing he'd respond with, "We're against each other right now. See you
I,
in
I,
2 weeks."
I guarantee he responds like, "What? What are you talking about?"
What are you talking about, dude? I'm just playing
Oh yeah,
baseball.
yeah. Oh that. Oh dude, what? Chill, chill,
Yeah.
dude.
The
But
other
to
things I'm
take
looking forward to is some of these rookies coming up. Looking
okay.
forward to, I want to see how they do. I want to see how the younger guys. I can't wait for our guy Connor Griff to get called up and just see what he's got. I'm hoping it's this year. I think it will be.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Now
and
how
just
soon?
watching.
I don't know, but I have a feeling it'll be maybe before the first month is over.
I'm hoping like before May.
Before May. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be great, and just just he's actually bringing excitement back
Sure.
to Pittsburgh and to Major League Baseball in general. Like, he's just watching his highlights and listening to him talk is just like you can't help but root for the guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Pittsburgh fans deserve it because their front office
Yeah,
ain't gonna go get anybody on that
yeah,
level.
and his interviews, they aren't Jared Kelnick. I'll tell you that much. So
Hey man, hey man, Kelnick he's warming up in spring training. I don't know if you saw that dude. He's like hit a couple of homers.
he, yeah, he'll hit a couple homers. Then in April, he's gonna have a great April, and they're gonna keep him on the major league
Oh
roster until the end of May. And they're like, "Oh, that's right, you're Jared
yeah,
Kelnick."
yeah,
Just kidding.
Jared, man, hugs, brother. Just hang in there,
Yeah.
dude. It's. I hope he still doesn't. He probably still thinks about that extension.
Oh, how could you
Uh,
not?
yeah, how could you not? Oh,
One of the worst. I'm gonna
uh,
bet on me. Hey, good for you. Good for you. You lost, but good for you.
yeah. Sometimes you got to realize the bet on you is that you'd make it this far and far enough for them to offer you $116 million on a contract extension, and it's time to say, "Oh, now we cash out on me."
Yep. I mean, look at
Fair enough.
Evan White. What did he get? Like 54 million. He was like,
Oh
"Cool,
yeah,
done.
yeah.
Bye baseball."
And then he's like, before they realize I'm not super great at this sport, I should probably take that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a whole list of those guys. I am also excited. It's going to be a good rookie class. You got JJ Weatherholt, you got
Yep.
Connor, you got Kevin McCognagle, you got it's a whole lot of guys across the spectrum of teams. Um, and I know prospects are our thing. We
They
we
are.
we,
Yeah, we
we
love our
love a young
prospects.
we love our prospects. No one's better than the star player than the possible next star player
Exactly.
hanging around the minors. Um, Cole Young's looking pretty good.
Yeah, he
Your
is.
boy.
Yeah,
Oh, what is
for
some
nerd talk, I
don't.
didn't keep him. I didn't keep him.
Oh,
I'll
did
try
you
to
not?
redraft him. Nah.
Oh wow, that's good.
Nah.
Okay, because we talked about it, and you seem like you were pretty sold on
I,
keeping him
I'm
around.
kind of the mindset that the Mariners players, if I keep them, they're just not going to do anything. So I'm going to let them go somewhere else, and they're going
Yeah,
to thrive. I'm taking one for the team in fantasy so that the real team can,
the real team can
be
flourish.
successful. It's
I
only
know.
weird if it doesn't work.
Well, it worked last year. You got Colt. Did you keep Colt?
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
yeah. What about
he's
Amari
a
Jacob? What was the call on Jacob?
who? Oh no, I
Oh
kept
yeah.
him.
Oh, you did
Yeah,
keep
I
him.
kept him. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's probably smart.
yeah,
That's probably smart. I was kind of hoping you
yeah.
didn't.
But a lot of people screwed up, so they extended the deadline one more day in the other league I'm in because people were like, I thought it was tomorrow."
Oh, okay. Do you have him in both leagues?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and you kept him in both?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, good man. Good
So
man.
we'll see. We'll see how it
Well,
goes.
we'll see how it goes. But the other thing I'm looking forward is bounce back candidates. There's a lot of guys out here I want
Okay.
to see. Austin Riley, your boy,
Yeah,
uh,
my guy. I need a
your
big year
guy.
from him.
He's looking good so far. Knock on wood.
Yep.
So I'm really curious to see how he does. I'd love to see Royce Lewis have a good year, but I don't think that's the stars are going to align on that one.
No.
What do you think about Dylan Cruz? Is he
About
done?
who?
Dylan Cruz, is he done?
Oh, I I'm torn on him. I really want him to succeed because I liked him. I liked watching him at LSU and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think his game is gonna translate.
God. And that's
So,
so sad, dude. What,
but
second pick
speaking
behind
of
Skeens?
Nationals, I'm interested to see what Harry Ford does.
Yes. Yeah. There's another one of our guys.
I mean, he's been having a nice spring. He's the Nationals are really high on him, and it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it could be painful.
Yeah, it could.
So
And when are the Red Sox going to get smart and put Roman Anthony in the 3 spot? Why are you batting him leadoff? That's just stupid. Come on.
Roman pull happy Anthony.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna be a beast though, dude. He's gonna be an absolute monster.
he is. He is. And don't bat him leadoff. Like,
I agree. It's
that's
like what they
just,
did with Julio. It's like, no,
yeah.
don't
Don't do that.
put him where he can drive in some guys.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, brother. I'm about to have a coughing fit.
Okay.
So
All
we'll
right.
so we'll
Let's
wrap
cut it
this.
off here then.